Hi, my name is Monica Maruschek, and I'm the founder and owner of Nova Hypnosis and Wellness. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the fifth reason why people remain locked in their problems, and that is your identity. Your identity is probably the single most important factor in whether you remain locked in a problem or whether you transcend the problem and make progress towards a better state. Tony Robbins says this a lot throughout all of his programs, that the most powerful force in a person's life is the need to remain consistent with their identity. So just as an example, if someone, actually, I have a client that I can reference specifically about this. This lady very much wanted to be a non-smoker. This lady was in the medical profession, and she knew very well the damage that the smoking was doing to her body. She had prior experience with NLP, hypnosis. She was very well educated, and we worked with her. Actually, we worked with her informally. It wasn't formal program that we had. That's just because of the arrangement that we had with her at the time. And what came out of the work that we did with her was that she didn't actually want to quit because smoking was part of her identity as a rebel. Smoking was part of her identity as being counterculture. And it was the last thing she had left in her life from her rebel days. So she used to ride a motorcycle. She had tons of tattoos. She smoked. She was not like a conservative person. And at the time that we met her, she was in a very conservative environment. She was working among very conservative people. She dressed very conservatively. She was, I already said it, very well educated. And so it was like the smoking was the last vestige of, the revolutionary and the rebel in her. And so even though we made progress in each of our sessions, as we eliminated one obstacle, we eliminated another obstacle, we redefined the problem, we applied a strategic approach to the situation. What came out of it was, I remember her saying this to me: everything you guys have done has been awesome. I absolutely know I was hypnotized, because we do what are called convincers. So we actually test to see if you're in hypnosis during the sessions. She knew she was in hypnosis. We knew she was in hypnosis. Everything was recorded. So she knew that, what she had, the services she had received were all aimed towards helping her be a non-smoker. And yet, because she was unwilling to let go of that identity as a rebel, for the time being, she was going to keep smoking. Now, she did go down. So she went from smoking a pack a day to smoking 1 or 2 cigarettes a day, which in our book, that's a huge success. And in many regards, it is the result that she ultimately desired. She's healthier, and really she just smokes as an identity thing. So there's something in you, if you're watching this video, that identifies with your problem. The problem is part of who you are. You've probably had this problem for a long time. Otherwise, it would have been resolved. Most, I'd say 99% of the clients who come to us as a means of last resort. They've tried the medications, they've tried the counseling, they've tried the coaching, they've tried whatever it is. And, with the support of their medical provider or their counselor or their family, they've decided that they want to try using hypnosis as a way to kind of get at the root of the problem. Well, the root of the problem, 99% of the time, is our identity. We identify with, I'm just going to say it because I was once the fat girl in class, okay? We identify as being the fat girl in class. We identify as being the lone wolf. We identify with being tough, right? We identify with, like that woman, being the rebel. So ask yourself, if I'm stuck in this problem, if this problem is so pervasive and I haven't been able to eliminate it, how is it feeding my identity? How is this feeding my identity? And your mind will give you the answer. And it would be awesome if when you come to us, you already have the answer, because then you're already making progress and headway towards a solution. And all we need to do is to help give you that focus and that freedom from distraction so that you can apply the insights into the situations in your future where you need to make changes. So your identity is the single most important factor in making change, because you will do whatever it takes. Your subconscious, your conscious mind will do whatever it takes to keep you consistent with your identity. So you may make progress, but you'll come right back to square one. You'll make progress, you'll come right back to square one. So this brings me back to why we don't do single sessions. There is no way to help someone change their identity in a meaningful and lasting fashion in one session. And there is no way that we can apply a strategic approach to the situation without knowing how many sessions we have to work with you. And helping someone change their identity, absolutely, I'm sure you can agree with me, requires a strategic approach. And all of these reasons together, all of these 5 factors. So the 5 factors, to summarize, were how you view the problem, maybe keeping you stuck in the problem, the people in your life who you love and adore or who you can't get away from may be acting as kryptonite for you and keeping you locked into the problem. The questions you ask yourself, those may be keeping you locked into the problem or may help you find a solution. The tactical versus strategic approach, if you're applying tactical solutions to a strategic problem without having a strategy in place, will keep you locked into the problem, where you'll make like little bits of progress, but not in a cohesive fashion. And lastly, what I just covered in this video is your identity. If you don't address your identity in a meaningful and comprehensive way, your mind, conscious, subconscious, all of the above, is going to pull you right back to doing whatever it takes so that you remain that person that you were with the original problem. And so all 5 of these factors is what we aim to address in our sessions with you. In our program, we aim to identify these 5 factors in the initial assessment, which is why we do an initial assessment and we don't just dive into working with you, because we would not be able. The initial assessment, and I'm going to do a separate video on that, and the initial assessment is like a survey. When they build a house, they go and they survey the land. They look to see, what is the ground composed of? What is, how is the drainage coming down off the hill, or where is there going to be flooding? You don't just build a house on any piece of ground. And that's what we do in our sessions with you, is we build a house, a new life. We help you to change and make progress towards a better you. And how irresponsible is it if we just start digging, if we just start building, if we just start laying the foundation and we have no idea of what's around us, or what are the hazards, what is the ground composed of, what kind of materials do we need to use? So I'm going to do another video here about that, because I think it's so important for everyone to understand. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to helping you and serving you in our office. Thank you.